Sometimes it can be a challenge understanding the difference between a web page and a website. Understanding the difference between the two is an important skill for evaluating information found on the web. This video will help explain the difference by showing some examples. First, let's use a magazine as an analogy for a website. People magazine contains a variety of articles on a similar subject. The mission of People magazine is to bring current entertainment news to a broad audience. An article within People is like a web page within a website in that it's part of something larger, the magazine, and supports the overall mission of the magazine. In this case, the article specifically provides information on popular movies, television shows, and books. As we said before, the mission of People magazine is to bring entertainment news to a broad audience, and this article is supporting that mission. Sometimes a website may be made up of web pages on unrelated topics. Here's the March of Dimes website. Think of it like an issue of People magazine. It contains links which take you to various web pages that make up the website. Here is a web page on research. Think of it like an article in People magazine. It is a part of the overall March of Dimes website, and it provides specific information on research. It helps to support the mission of the March of Dimes website, which is to promote life-saving research and programs and work to end premature birth, birth defects, and infant mortality. 3 ways to tell if what you're looking at is a web page or a website are to look for navigation, to look for a banner logo, and to look at the URL and the path. Let's look at each of these more closely. Sometimes you will have navigation links like the one circled here. The navigation shows you which web page you are viewing within the website and gives you a way to return to the website. The navigation here tells us that this is a web page on family-centered practice within the website. If we click on Home, we are taken to the website, the Child Welfare Information Gateway. If you do not see navigation, then you can try clicking the logo for the organization or business in the banner at the top of the page. If you're on a web page, doing this will return you to the website. Recall from the first unit that a URL or web address is made up of the protocol, domain name, and path. If you're on a web page within a website, you will see text representing the location on the web server for that page after the domain extension and the domain name. We can tell that this is a web page about one of the Harry Potter movies that is on the Rotten Tomatoes website. If you're not sure, delete everything after the domain extension. This should take you to the website. Removing the information at the end of the URL after the domain extension takes us to the Rotten Tomatoes website. Usually the website address will end at the domain extension. Keep in mind that there will be some websites that may not follow this rule. Remember that these are general guidelines that you can use. If, when doing your own research, you have a question about whether or not you're looking at a web page or a website, ask a librarian for help. Now, complete the web page versus website activity. You will view additional videos in this unit giving you information on how to evaluate the agenda of a website. Understanding the difference between a web page and its website will help you evaluate more effectively.